then when I almost turned 18, all my channels got terminated. From one day to the other day, all my channels got terminated. I was making zero.
Please tell me why. I know a little bit about the story, but maybe the viewer or the listener doesn't know like why, what happened.
What happened is that one of the channels actually got terminated, and then YouTube has this rule where if one channel gets terminated, they terminate all channels on that email.
Okay.
And then eventually all the channels got terminated, and I was like, fuck.
And why were they
do I do now?
terminated?
Copyright. I got striked by Jukin Media, I think.
Okay.
The one in charge of Phil Army.
Okay.
Because it was Phil Army, and they also have a sports division. People Are Awesome.
Yeah, I know
that channel.
Yeah.
And what I was doing, I was uploading GoPro compilations because GoPro was very popular back then. We had GoPro 4 coming out. Yeah. So like GoPro 4, best GoPro scenes.
So you just took clips from those channels and made your own compilation back then? Yeah, okay, check.
But back then, rights and things weren't really an issue. The same with Vine Cinema. Vine Cinema is like the dirtiest channel out of all of them. I made money with kissing pranks and with twerking vines.
Nice.
And that brought in a lot of money. It was also my first play button. So that was very lovely.
Yeah.
Always a good...
So let's put it this way. Now, you're this young kid, right? You're striving to make money online, specifically on YouTube, right? You make something work, these compilation channels, and then everything just terminates over one day, right?
Yep.
So this journey, this hero's journey, right? How does Warner overcome the termination of channels? Where do you go from there?
So the good thing is that in that regards, I still have money saved up. I had about $18,000 back then in the bank. So more than enough to actually start properly working on stuff. And I decided, what's the easiest channel I can make legit? Well, that's most likely for everyone. That's a top 5 or top 10 channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the easiest stuff ever. You had like top 10 hardest test for color blindness. And then I started making those videos, and eventually, I don't know, like 2-3 weeks in, it already started popping because we just gave it a new twist. I hired a little bit more expensive people. I was spending about $80 per video. But if you think of that, that's like 7 years ago. That's a lot of money to spend on a video.
Yeah, exactly.
Back then, you could get proper videos edited for like $40. So I was spending more than double that. That started popping off, and that eventually got all the way up to about $25,000, $45,000 a month. Eventually sold that channel for $250,000. Then later I went from that channel, I started Oddly Satisfying Videos, which was satisfying videos. Again, the compilation part. But in this case, I owned all of the rights.
Because you were making the content.
And I was making the content.
Right.
So we had a proper studio, like we're recording in here right now. We had multiple, like...
Where, in the Netherlands? Or
No, this was in Russia. This was in Kazan, back before all the feuds regarding Russia.
This is where the story gets crazy, by the way.
Yeah. Maybe also explain like how it got started, like why Russia and like
why Russia. I met this one girl on Instagram because I wanted to buy soap videos, and the soap videos were very trending back then. Eventually, I made like $800,000.
Can you explain like soap video is like they
soap
cut
videos
soap?
Is they cut soap.
Yeah.
It's like ASMR, and it's like
it is nice.
and that was really popular. And then we have one channel do over 1 billion views.
Damn.
Just with that content alone.
I probably contributed to a couple of those views.
Yeah. Probably. Well, I always say, even with satisfying videos, there's almost no way that every single one of the people watching this right now has not seen one of my videos. Because we get 20 million plus views on Facebook a month.
Oh, that's crazy.
And 12 million of those are unique. So if you have 12 million unique viewers, you do that all the way up to, for a year, you already get, like 3 billion.
Yeah.
So you always reach new people. So there's always not an opportunity you've not seen our content. And I'm not even talking about stolen content, compilation videos on YouTube, all of the content that we own. There's almost not a single way you've not seen our content because we do over 1 billion viewers a month.